Hey, what's going on, yo? I'm Cedric Hawkins, and welcome to the CedTalks Podcast. My guest today is a student at the University of South Carolina, and quite frankly, I see this guy doing big things in his future. I'm proud to have him on the show today, and I'm looking forward to what he's going to bring. So without further ado, I give to you Mr. Michael Morrison. Michael, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
How you been as of late, man? It's been so long.
I know, it's been long. It's been good. Crazy semester with COVID and everything, but we're hanging in there.
Yeah, exactly. Last week I had Easton on the show, and he was telling me about how, COVID impacted his semester. How did it impact you this semester currently?
Okay, so all of my classes were online, unfortunately, this semester, which was different as of recently, but, it's not all bad when you have online classes where you can still communicate with your teachers and professors, and, it's just different, it's unique, but it worked out.
Yeah.
The best.
Do you prefer the in-person model more, or do you like it when everything was online?
Online wasn't bad, but I think I prefer in-person more, just because you interact with the other students in the class and you have a chance to talk with the teachers face-to-face, which is more helpful, I think.
Yeah, that was like the one thing I did miss was that face-to-face interaction, because I always did office hours with my professors just to try to learn from them and stuff like that. So having to do it over a screen, it was so fast. I would ask one question, they give me the answer. I'd be like, oh, okay, well, see you later.
Yeah, and online, sometimes the connection would break up and it'd be hard to hear them, so it was just very complicated.
Yeah, I remember one time my professor, the connection it broke off, and we didn't have class for 20 minutes, and we were like, should we leave or should we just stay? We didn't hear nothing back from them. It was if we leave, we're going to get an absent. We don't want that. So
that happened a few times to me, actually, where my professor just her connection wasn't working, so class was just canceled. And we were all right.
Yeah. How did it impact you back in March when everything got shut down and you had to come back home?
Okay, so it started out well, everyone at my school at University of South Carolina, a lot of kids got COVID there, so it was very strict on how it was. A lot of people just stayed in all the time. And so we basically just did that for a while until everything, all the restaurants and everything started reopening. So that took a while. So we just focused on our schoolwork for the most part. And then once everything got open, we started going out a little bit more.
Yeah.
So that's how it went.
Yeah. So you stayed in South Carolina and you didn't come back home?
No, I stayed in South Carolina.
Oh, got you. I mean, was that weird in any way that you couldn't be back home, or did you have that desire to just stay there?
Well, I mean, with COVID and everything, travel's not the best idea, so, but I live in an apartment, so as long as I'm staying in one place, I think that was the best.
Yeah, that's interesting. You're the first person who I've talked to, and they didn't come back home when COVID first hit. Well, Cedric Sanders, I talked to him a few months ago on the podcast, and he stayed in California.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. I haven't seen him in so long.
I know.
He's coming back soon. Apparently, though.
Yeah.
Excited to see him.
I'm going to have him back on the show next week, so I'm looking forward to that. Shout out to Ced if you're going to listen to this. Shout out to
Ced,
you.
Baby.
Yeah. And so, what were some of the things that kept you grounded in those times when everything was shut down?
I'd say my roommates, they kept me grounded for sure, just being able to hang out with them every day. And I actually got a dog down in South Carolina, so that was something new. So I got the dog, and just focusing on my schoolwork mainly. There's not really much you can do with COVID and everything when it first started, so I just focused on that and tried to make it the best opportunity I could.
Yeah, exactly. It was out of our control and everybody's control. Yeah. And I'd say that was one thing I really shifted my focus on was school, because really that was the only thing I could do, basically.
Yeah.
But talk to me about life growing up in Calvert County as a kid.
Calvert County? Okay, so I lived in College Park originally, and then in 5th grade I moved to Calvert County. So then I started out and went to Calvert Elementary for 1 year, and obviously Plum Point. And it was different for me at first. I wasn't really into it, but I made a lot of friends quickly, and I really enjoyed it. And sports down here were awesome. All my coaches and everything I can still talk to this day.
Right.
And I made a lot of close friendships and relationships here, which I love greatly. So it was just, I'm glad we moved here, I can tell you that.
Yeah. How was that adjustment coming from College Park to Calvert County, if you can remember it?
Very different. I wasn't used to this small county life It was different, and I wasn't used to it at first, but now that I look back on it, I love Calvert. I like it. It's a good place to come home, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I like it too. Obviously, I'd like to go out and travel more. I've been here pretty much my whole life.
Yeah.
I just want to see what's out there besides Calvert County. But I mean, settling down wise, 10 years down the road, I'd love to just settle down here.
Yeah, dude, it's a great school system, and it's a great family feel to it.
Yeah, it's chill. Everybody's just chilling.
Yeah.
Talk to me about sports. I know you're big into sports. Was that something your parents put you into, or did you just want to do it yourself?
So I grew up. So when I was
No, you good. You good.
when I was born, apparently my first word was ball, and I just always loved basketball. So I grew up playing that since I can remember, and then tried out for the middle school team, and then on from that played high school, and I didn't go into college playing it, but now in college I'm in a fraternity, so we did this intramural league. Mm-hmm. So I'm on that team, and I try to play a few times a week when I can.
Yeah. How come you didn't want to do it in college?
Because I wanted to go to a bigger school.
Right.
And I wasn't really getting any D1 offers. I was getting D3 and some D2 looks, but I wanted to go to a bigger school because more people, it's more outgoing and stuff. So
yeah.
I just went there. I was thinking about trying to walk on, but I don't know really how much that works. But so I just play whenever I can. I do miss it though.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you though, but you also look at it as the competition in college is very huge. It's very different from high schools, and you're playing with different people within the county or within the state, right?
Yeah.
And once you get to college, you're facing everybody.
People all over the country.
Exactly, man. I mean, during those games, right, what kept you, prepared? What were some of the things that, prepared you to going on the court?
I'd say music. A lot of music got me going. My coaches preparing me, just giving me some pregame speeches. It's the relationships that I made that helped me get through it all and stuff. And
yeah, that's what's up. I definitely do feel music is very, uplifting. It can just get you motivated, whether that's listening to trap music on a run or just listening to some chill stuff when you're studying.
Yeah,
It's always being able to tap into something different to get you through it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yup. And so, shifting gears from that, I want you to talk to me about, the relationship with your parents. What were some of the morals and values they taught you as a kid?
They taught me to always have good character, no matter what. Be honest, stay out of trouble, do what's right, or do what you think is right. So I took that to heart, and I try to follow by that every day. So I mean, they just helped me through everything, so I just try to follow in their footsteps. Yeah,
I can respect that. And I can see your character too, joining fraternities and all that. You're very social. You put yourself out there, and that's something that I can respect a lot.
Thank you.
Were you always a social person growing up, or was that something you grew into?
I was not always a social person.
That surprises me.
I was actually very shy when I was younger. I didn't talk much, or I don't know. I feel like I was a little awkward back then. I don't know. I was just very shy. But as I got older, I started socializing more and just grew up, I guess.
Yeah, that shocks me. I always remembered you as someone very social in high school, middle school, just always putting yourself out there. But I feel like a lot of people, they have that shyness, that awkwardness to them in life.
Everyone does. I mean, it's just something you gotta push through, and you'll eventually grow out of it,
Yeah, what kind of advice you have for people out there who are trying to, break themselves out of their shell, but they don't really know how to?
I'd say just be more confident in yourself. Try to talk about things you enjoy and find out what other people enjoy, and just go from there.
Yeah, I agree. Confidence is definitely key, especially with me in high school. I was so terribly shy. Doing something like this was definitely out of the ordinary and out of the range. But I always felt like I had those charismatic qualities about myself, and so once I just started doing this more and more often, the confidence just built up.
For sure.
And once people, they believe in you, then you start kind of believing in yourself and your qualities.
Exactly.
Yeah. Talk to me about, your nutrition and your diet. I remember you back in middle school and high school, you were a little bit on the not chunky side, but I'll admit you had a little bit of weight on you, but eventually you lost all of that. And so talk to me about how that transformed your life.
Just sports, man. I was dedicated to it, you know. I tried my best to be in the best shape as possible to compete at the highest level. And my coaches pushed me through, and I just wanted to be the best player I could be. So that's what pushed me to every day go out there and get some exercise and eat right and just perform at the highest level.
Yeah, is that something you still follow to this day?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I try to eat good all the time, and I still exercise and go to the gym and still play basketball throughout the week, and
yeah, jogging's my thing, although it's a killer because now it's cold outside and I really don't.
You gotta get a treadmill.
Yeah, exactly. But that's when, discipline comes in, right? When you lose all motivation and all hope, that's when you got to be disciplined. You have to do the things that you don't really want to do.
Yeah.
Talk to me about, staying disciplined, right? Because it can get hard, especially with being a college student. Talk to me about that.
It's just, for me, like, same with sports, like, you can't slack off. You want to be the one in front of everybody. You want to be the one ahead of the other people. So you're more prepared for not just sports, but like life and everything. Like, you just always want to be the guy ahead. You got to stay focused and stay disciplined and work on your own craft and stuff.
I've always had that mindset, just always trying to be the best, like no matter what I do, whether it's school or, working out with my friends or whatnot, always striving to be number one, right? There's no such thing as number two or number three. It's just,
if you're not first, you're last. Come on.
Exactly. You don't want to be last. But talk to me about your time at Huntingtown High. What were some of the things that you learned during your time there?
At Huntingtown, I don't know, it was a great experience. A lot of great teachers I love, still talk to this day. And just the whole feel around it, it's a great place to be. The friendships and relationships I made there were awesome. And I love coming back to the school, and I love coming back and like helping like the coaches with basketball and all that. I love giving back to it, and it's just a good place to be. And I learned a lot from there.
Yeah. Do you feel as if, your mentors there, they prepared you for life in college now that you're a junior now?
Oh, yeah, definitely. They definitely prepared me because, like I said, I still talk to, like, Tobias and Miss Gillis and all of them. Shout out them. But, they definitely prepared me. They taught me how to, like, be a man, kind of grow up and focus on my stuff and work hard. And don't slack off. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. I think this was a pretty good school. Like, I know most people, they crap on it, right? They hate it. But I learned a lot from here.
Oh, yeah.
Through the AP classes and stuff, and my mentors also. Like, if it wasn't for all of that, I probably wouldn't have been ready for college. Probably would have been just slacking off.
Yeah. Shout out Hetz, too.
Oh, yeah, Miss Hetzline, avid listener of the show.
Is she coming on?
I had her on the show.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I had her on the show like a few months ago.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, you gotta listen back to it. We interviewed like right here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but talk to me about your decision to join University of South Carolina versus going to school in Maryland.
Okay, so originally, I grew up in College Park.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to go to Maryland because like I lived on like basically walking around their campus every day. So that changed when like I realized it was a little hard to get into. So I started like expanding my options a little bit. And I ended up freshman year going to Florida Gulf Coast University in Fort Myers, Florida. And I just, like I said, I wanted to go to a bigger school, right? So I went there for a year, and I ended up wanting to transfer. So I ended up transferring to University of South Carolina. And from there on, I just love it there, dude.
Yeah. What made you want to transfer? Was it because of the dynamic of the big school?
It was kind of like, it kind of felt like I was going to like high school again, kind of, but in a way, because like all of like the buildings were like kind of attached to each other, so it was like all in one place. Like, I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to go to a bigger campus and like expand more and see what's out there, you know.
Yeah, I can respect that, your decision to leave, because most people, they would have stayed in that area, or they would have, just gone back to something smaller, believing that they couldn't get anything higher or bigger, but you went ahead and did something better for yourself.
Yeah.
What made you choose your major? What are you majoring in now?
I'm majoring in mass communications and minor in sports management.
Got you.
So my major, I'm really into like sports journalism and a whole bunch of stuff like that, like advertising, all that. And so I just wanted to learn more about that and see what it has to offer, because like I really enjoy watching like sports journalists and stuff. So I major in that, and then sports management in my minor. It's really interesting because they have a whole lot of cool classes like live entertainment management, which is like how concerts work and all that stuff. And I'm actually gonna take a class this semester on NASCAR, which is pretty cool.
That's what's up.
So like, yeah, I'm really into it.
Yeah, are you looking more at the public speaking aspect of journalism, or are you more of the writing type of journalist?
I think I'm more of the writing type, for sure.
I would say I'd be like a mixture of both. Like, I love journalism and mass communication. I mean, this right here is mass communication, but I'd probably lean more towards the speaking side of things and a mix of writing, because I love doing both.
Yeah, I've definitely done both when I'm at school. I've definitely done both, but I think when I like sit down and like start writing something that's like just me focused, like I think I'm really into that.
Yeah, were you always into writing growing up as a kid?
Yeah, like it wasn't my favorite thing, but I enjoyed it. Like I feel like I was pretty good at it, so it's just I'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I'd say like with me, I was terrible at taking tests in school. Like
so was I.
Just awful. But like every time we did like a writing assignment, I would always ace it. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm pretty good at writing.
Yeah.
And then like the more I learned more about the art of it, the more I got better at it. So I was like, okay, I could make this a career or like a hobby and make some money off of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I was never good at tests either. Writing was my thing.
Yeah, it's like once I started taking those AP tests, I was like, there's no point in taking this. I'm gonna fail this. Like I remember in Hustle's class, she was like, well, if you guys don't sign up for the test, I'm gonna give you a test of my own. I was like, I don't want to do that.
She always said that. Threatened you with that.
I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna fail your test, so I'm gonna just take this AP test.
Yeah.
But your time at University of South Carolina, your first semester there, how was that experience for you?
Okay, so it was my sophomore year. I just transferred there. So I lived in an apartment, and I had all random roommates. And turns out all of them were from Maryland as well. So we got along pretty good. And it was very fun, dude. Like, just everything around there. A lot of people go out and socialize, and it was a good time. Going to football games, rushing a fraternity, just everything was good for me.
How is fraternity life like? Because I go to Bowie right now, and I think once campus opens back up again, I'd love to join one myself, just continue to put myself out there more.
Yeah, dude, it's great. I mean, I wasn't sure like what fraternity I would rush or anything, but when I met these group of guys, like I could see myself being friends with them for a long time and stuff, and like I live with a whole bunch of my fraternity brothers right now, and it's just I've just made like friendships like that instantly, like, and I was like, yeah, I know where I want to be, and just I go from there.
Yeah, I can respect that. I think it also brings discipline and structure also when you're in something like that.
You have obligations and stuff to do, so you have responsibilities, and you just gotta, it helps you stay grounded and like get your stuff done.
Yeah, that's something I'm looking for too, just trying to continue to stay grounded, because obviously my mind sometimes it'll just drift, and once it just drifts, I lose focus. And so just having a certain schedule that keeps you, grounded, I'd love something like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep. And what comes next for you? Like, what are some of the goals that you have for yourself in the next coming year?
Next coming year, I don't know. I mean, I just want to get good grades, have good character, all that my parents taught me, and looking forward to I'm trying to get an internship next summer for the Secret Service where my dad works. He's going to try to get me in there, and just looking forward to have a good year, hang out with my friends. I don't know.
Yeah, I can respect that. Just trying to continue to build your character up, because that's what's going to take you far in life.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so my final question to you before I go ahead and let you go is, if you could offer a piece of advice to anybody going through some type of mental, trouble right now, what would you say to that person?
I would say, stay true to yourself, and don't be afraid to have confidence in yourself, and just keep striving to be the best person you can be, and that'll take you far in life.
Yeah, man, I can respect that. Always good to be your authentic, true self. You
Exactly.
shouldn't stray away from, being who you are.
Don't try to be someone you're not.
Exactly. People will respect you regardless of that.
For sure.
Well, Mike, I want to thank you so much for your time. I had a great time catching up with you, man, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Ced.
Yes, sir. This wraps up this edition of the CedTalks Podcast. Stay blessed and stay encouraged.